Hello, everyone, and welcome to ZSR Main. Tonight we have the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2023 Grand Finals between Chromataclysm and MiRai. I'm starring with me on comms today is Elendar. How are you doing?
As usual, I'm excited. We're here for the grand finals. Maybe the last game here, maybe one more after this, depending on who wins. I know I'm always rooting for more Z2, so.
Yeah, for sure. It should be fun here because yes, this is game 4 here in a best of 5 series, and if we need it, game 5 will be right after this here. MiRai over on the right side here is currently 2-1 in the series. Chroma took game 1, then MiRai took games 2 and 3. So Chroma's hoping to take game 4 here. So too far is game 5, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it could go anyone's way. Both of these runners, of course, excellent runners. MiRai, the champion of the previous Max Rando tournament. Chroma, champion of the 2021 standard tournament. So both runners are proven they could do it, but who knows what the raid is going to throw at them today.
Yep. But we'll have to see. Gonna start them off here, and then yeah.
I know MiRai has been keeping up with his practice. He's ready to go. I haven't been following Chroma, but I'm sure he's also gotten quite a number of practice seeds in.
No, for sure. But yeah. All right. Countdown timer's going. Chroma's completed many candle percent runs. Yeah, Aaron. He really just set the candle percent run record earlier today. Oh, nice, Patrick. You see my guess on that?
Yeah,
As Chroma is also a proficient vanilla speedrunner in various categories as well.
Yeah, MiRai was talking in his stream earlier today about if he was going to do some vanilla Zelda 2 streaming. It would probably be meme categories. We see maybe some candle percent from him as well. And we're off.
And we are off.
We're in the mountains.
Now, I was going to say, I think this looks like the north middle bit of the map. Yeah, because here's a northeast corner with Trophy Cave in it. And a very inconveniently placed lake, I should add.
Yeah, this is already kind of a mess. But it's a good kind of mess, so okay.
Well, never mind that lake, because there's the boots.
Yeah, it's would have been a little nicer in islands, but it is going to help them cross that lake. MiRai going to walk out and go and see what's going on further on.
Okay, I look now here. Those boots were really hard required because there's a very interesting cave just north of GP here, which is southwest of Start, and you couldn't get to GP or the western side of the map without boots either. Funny game.
Yeah, that lake all the way to the east by MiRai just led to nothing. The only thing you could do was go get those boots and then go across this other lake.
The game.
I mean, it knows what it needs to give you. Or more specifically, it knows which seeds are impossible. It doesn't give you those ones.
Jet adds to that. There's a heart container, which you'll take, especially on the mountainous map, where you kind of have to do a lot of walking.
Yeah, MiRai maybe has upgraded from Attack 5 is cheating to heart containers or cheating earlier, but he will be taking them in the race, he's assured everyone. And we've got a hammer block cave, we've got a Saria sighting.
Castor Cave here, unsure to where. I don't know if that leads to the cave that north of GP that goes what looks like nowhere.
Yeah, kind of seems likely at this point, but...
It's either that or a dead-end continental connector that you'll never end up using, because, lol.
Yeah, ooh, 200 points
from... an item cave in that dead-end area in any case.
Yeah, 200 points for MiRai from a small enemy, from one of the bats, so... Looks like it's going to be a pretty good experience from drops.
First town sighting for Chroma's side, just west of his present position, is the backside of Saria going west. So I guess there's more to the west of the map than I thought. Or maybe that's just, well, that's what it looks like at least. That is a town in any case. Chroma's gonna beat up these enemies here for a bit more experience, and then probably head over there. Mirais about to get hurt.
Yeah, I suspect he's looking for Bagu.
That would also make sense, honestly, since that does look like one side of Saria. You don't usually see a town right up against the mountains unless it is Saria.
Yeah, it shouldn't be able to spawn towns right next to the mountains unless it's Saria. Generally speaking, there's at least one little terrain sequencing bug that can cause that otherwise. But he suspects it's Saria, and it should be Saria. But man, Bagu proving elusive here.
Mm-hmm.
But all this
is the
XP
correct patch of woods. He's just not finding it, and Mirai's looking too. It seems.
Yeah, all this XP a nice secondary reward though.
Where is that? There's the ferry encounter again. There it is.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, Chroma and Mirai both taking a north to south approach, and it's all the way at the bottom. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take a similarly long time for both of them.
I'm gonna first check here, which is another item cave. Right.
Yeah. Chroma making Candleless look easy. Trivially beats 2 bouncy cats at the choke point. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much is going to be on the other side of Saria, since we've seen a decent amount of the map horizontally, it feels, but who knows, there might be another town hiding over there, or maybe in the palace as we get the hammer here, so we can go check that hammer block cave that's a little bit north of their present position.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Hammer taking them off the continent and into Death Mountain.
That would be funny. But Chroma's not going to go check Saria just yet. He's going to find another town here in the southwest corner, more or less. I think we've made our way most of the way down the continent north-south, at least.
And Mito hanging out in an extremely long swamp here.
That was Rudo, not Mito.
Oh, Rudo, sorry.
Well, I guess there's a bit more of a map to the south, but to the west, I think, which makes sense because Saria has got to be the other side somewhere. So there's got to be a bit more to the western side.
Interesting. Mirai did decide to go into Saria immediately, and it's going to be rewarded by Fairy Spell.
Here is P2 in the kind of next to the raft tile here on the southern coast.
Yeah.
Chroma is not going to get caught out by sneaky map things, so going to check the southeast corner, which is going to be the backside of Fairy Cave. Bagu in Center Woods. Great, thank you. Very helpful hit for Mirai.
Yeah, that particular bot we discovered is I don't know if necessarily bugged, slightly confused. He's intended to give you the Bagu hint, but if he's still capable of rolling a regular random helpful hint, and if he does, he'll display that instead of the Bagu hint text. Samurai checking him just for safety.
Oh wow, Fairy's only 40.
That's extremely kind. Usually the randomizer would give them like 41.
Right?
Just
the fact it's even castable at all on Magic 1 is really nice too, because that's also not guaranteed. I forgot who, but I'm pretty sure we had a race earlier this tournament where they were both runners stuck for like 15 minutes just grinding experience for Fairies. Here's a red jar or blue jar or something for Chroma. Great.
Yeah, and Mirai heading through Saria gets just a little. It looks like just a little dead end, but that little dead end is going to get him down stab and a hint that Karok has the any key.
Nice. Anyone catch what the spell here is? Because I didn't see it.
I did not catch which spell it is, but presumably, if it's something useful, Mirai will be checking the hint. Reflect. Okay, he definitely will be checking the hint for that.
Hammer is on the west. I did not catch what the hammer block cave, speaking of, where Chroma was. Whoops. Southeast of Saria, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, it's not far. Okay, I think the hammer block cave was the other side of that pass through Chroma, which saw. So that particular hammer block cave was not useful. We do have Stonehenge here, though.
Yeah, it should be just a quick check. And Mirai gonna check this bridge, and he is in Death Mountain.
That's okay, magic jar for Chroma. That's a very funny placed bridge here. Very long, but I was like, you know what? That?
Yeah, I mean that bridge is, it's a little weird, but it does make sense. It is
It does connect to the coast. It's
Yep.
it's a bit inland.
Yep, that's fine. It meets all the rules, and yeah, it's a horizontal Death Mountain.
Death Mountain River Canyon. On the other side, Chroma found a cave to the east somewhere near Stonehenge. Apparently, not East Maze Island, near Stonehenge. It looks like, so he's doing this.
Yeah, and MiRai is gonna find 500 bags here as well in Death Mountain. So, very kind experience here. And he sees a cave on the south end that's pointing south, and his eyes are immediately drawn to it. Let's see what it is.
That looks like the east.
Yeah, it definitely does look like the east. And yeah, confirmation of the east on the first cave check.
And by that, red rock. Hello.
Yes, and also a raft tile. Okay, so Death Mountain not required to get to the east necessarily, because that raft was also spotted in the west.
Mm-hmm.
So is that all of our connectors already? We're missing
all... one continental connector cave, I think, but that's it.
No, we saw Chroma found the
oh wait, no, we do have that. Yeah,
from the west to the main.
MiRai took a cave.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we've seen...
we have all our connectors. That's funny. This is also looking extremely vanilla-like, by the way.
Yeah, so far.
It almost looks like a river canyon with how much water there is, but we know that it can't exist on the east right now due to bugs, so that is definitely vanilla-like.
Yeah, either a vanilla-like or a very weird mountainous, but yeah, no, this far east definitely vanilla-like, as MiRai spots both the Nukasudo tile and three-eyed rock, so it's a shame he's not going to be able to get Nukasudo, because he did not explore the west enough to find that hammer.
Nope, magic jar for Chroma on the maze.
His second so far, so he's getting to be a lot higher resources, and this is spooky. MiRai thinking about Risen P-Bag Cave, no candle, potential of moas, potential of coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he saw 3 spiders. That is not 4 enemies that are normally in that cave, so something's flying around.
Yeah, and he's on his last life too, according to chat, as we find P3 or 6 on Maze Island. Magic jar from MiRai. I'll take that.
Yeah, Chroma just doing a little swag leg feat there. He is extremely good at this. I too am impressed how quickly some of these vanilla players have been picking up that trick, and Chroma very experienced at it. MiRai not so much. We're gonna see him sticking to his regular combat and fairy feeding.
In case anyone was wondering, that it was the raft that Chroma picked up as a second item on Maze Island, so he can get to the east as well. The water tile's heading north of MiRai's position, by the way. We've also got a town here.
Yeah, that raft is the canoe, since he is playing as the fighter from Final Fantasy. He's going to be traveling down the river. Interesting that Chroma picked up the raft, and now he's immediately going to check the far side of Saria, and this is going to route him to the other side of the raft tile. Render the raft completely useless. Maybe useful later just to save some time, but there's sort of a big loop you can go around however you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's knowledge at least for Chroma as to how he's got the items out of there. Magic jars are nice to have. He's very being so dirt cheap because the 6 magic jar doesn't currently make a difference, but it's nice to have that in the raft. You don't have to go there for your glove later, potentially, for instance.
Yep,
and
right.
3 or 6 being there, yeah, okay, I guess. It's fairy for him.
Yeah, MiRai has learned to press up as well without having access to jump so early. He is gonna make sure that he has it, and we're gonna see a water tile check.
Second overworld item on the east here is going to be another heart container. This little pocket next to the other side of Saria really is a bit silly. Like, it's just a teeny bit of land. I knew there couldn't be much there, because there's only so big a continent can be west-east, and you're already reaching it pretty close when we got to the other side, saw the one side of Saria. So just a little bit there with a bridge and another town. Funny game.
Yeah, mountainous stuff. It has to put things somewhere, and sometimes it's a little weird, but looking pretty okay so far as MiRai continues to check through the east here. Okay, so he finds, it looks like this might be a volcano, but it's a one-way entrance from the south.
Well, we know it's the Valley of Death, but we know it's not a. I think the way the map's laid out means it can't be a. The northern side of the map doesn't look like the north side of a volcano biome. It just looks like a really stupid vanilla lake.
Could be.
Because usually in vanilla like East, the map is kind of divided into thirds vertically, and I think we got dropped off on the northern third, so I need to. So there's mountain blocking the way to the southern 2/3, I guess.
Yeah.
Looks a little goofy.
Interesting. So MiRai, just not liking the dark caves, decides to take an up A and go back to explore the west.
Chad did say he was on his last life, which might have been the other problem. I don't think he was getting through there.
Interesting.
Oh, hey, Spec Rock.
Yeah, Chroma, because MiRai didn't have the hammer here, so he took the cave as soon as he saw it. Chroma, because he has the hammer, making the decision to go check Spec Rock, and slight reward.
Okay, a couple 100-point P-bag, not the worst, but well, at least you know it's there. And here's Hammer Cave right next door, perfect. So Chroma now just has a great deal of information on where his items aren't apparently at the rate we're going.
Yeah, he's doing a really efficient job of checking a bunch of different locations, and just none of them are the things he's looking for. Our runners still want flute, they still want a glove.
They know where the any key is, at least, as MiRai gets that hammer. 500-point P-back off the drop pool is going to be attack 4 for Chroma.
Yeah, I don't remember where was the spell hint for Reflect?
Chat's gonna have to enlighten us. I did not catch them today. P6, thank you.
P6, okay, cool. So, that's a thing that they're gonna need as well, but I'm gonna know where it is. P6, not a palace you want to go into early necessarily, but...
At least not until you find the glove. We aren't even sure where it is. We know one of 3 or 6 is on Maze Island. I don't think we found 2 of our 3 palaces. I think we're still missing at least 1 palace on the west. Here's the flute for Chroma.
Wow,
and we're missing 1 palace on the east. We've seen the Valley of Death and we've seen 3 Red Rocks. There's 1 missing on the east and 2 on the west, I want to say.
That flute find for Chroma in Death Mountain is absolutely massive. I don't know how long it's going to be before MiRai decides he wants to go back there. It's not that hard to find if you decide to look for it, but Death Mountain's not somewhere you're really itching to go. Yeah, this flag set does mean that if 3-Eyed Rock does exist, it's guaranteed to be a palace, so that flute 100% required.
Yep. Almost back on the west here. It's gonna head for that raft tile as chat predicted. And I forgot. Right, the other. This is P2 next to the raft. I forgot that. So we're actually just gonna take a look in, I guess.
Yeah, and he's got 3 casts of fairy, so not gonna be a problem at all for him.
Oh, not at all. That's for sure. So yeah, we're missing 1 palace on the west end. Forgot we'd seen this earlier.
Sorry, I thought he had 3 casts of fairy.
Not quite. The 2.5 bars.
Oh yeah, because it's 4. He's got 96. Okay. So yeah, 100. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've got 2 casts at 4 bars, but you still only have 2 casts at 6 bars.
Yep.
It's a little unfortunate. MiRai's still here at Magic 1, and I don't really blame him. Without anything better to cast when you've already got 2 casts of fairy at level 1. Don't necessarily need to take them too aggressively. I think we're going to see both runners continue to prioritize attack. Okay, a bit of divergence here between Chroma and MiRai. MiRai taking the right in the middle of the elevator. I think Chroma's taking the right at the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah, I think so. And we've got ourselves mini boss force that goes in pretty quick on attack 3.
extra lives our boss drops today, and MiRai gets a candle. Better now than later.
I suppose. So with 6 hearts, he doesn't particularly need the thing.
Yeah, the main value of that candle is going to be as he goes back to the east, being able to go through some of those pastures that were giving a little bit of trouble earlier. It's going to be a lot easier if he can see where he's going.
That's for sure. And yes, we do use community rooms. It's been pretty standard to use in tournaments since they were introduced about 3 years ago now. Just makes it so much nicer, so you're not constantly seeing just the same set of vanilla rooms.
Yeah, it also throws some...
Oh, glove block.
It also throws our runners into a bit of a loop here, because it means that we can see bosses and item rooms from up or down and not just right, so you don't have as easy a job routing through stuff. It's like MiRai is on his way over to that glove block. Chroma going to take this left here, and we'll see where this drop goes.
Yes, this is Game 4, James. This is the best of 5 series, so first runner to 3 wins takes the series and the championship. Chroma took game 1, MiRai took games 2 and 3, so Chroma's got 1 game, MiRai has 2, as you can see in the top middle of your screens. We have a couple bars indicating their both respective scores here.
Yeah.
Chroma up 8 out of that, I did not catch why.
Yeah, he found a drop, but it didn't seem to take him where he wanted to go. MiRai kept on going through his path and found a different drop. He is at the bottom of that now. Chroma going to get his item and continue disappointment. Also uses up a key. And he's out. He is convinced that that palace is glove blocked. With MiRai still having these paths to check, maybe not.
We'll find out. Might not be a bad play though for Chroma. Could be a good gem for levels later anyhow. And Chroma hasn't. This is for Chroma's first trip to the east. He's gonna be able to do some stuff like get thunder and find things.
Yeah, taking the raft as opposed to the trip through Death Mountain. He is probably going to find that cave leading back to Death Mountain fairly soon anyway, but it'll just be good to know about.
Yep. And our Red Rock Palace is the other of Figure 6. Gonna take a look in, I suppose, why not? Knowing the medicine might be in here.
And still more paths for MiRai. Yeah, this is just taking him. This is a loop. This is a loop back to this drop room he was already in. So yeah, it looks like that is going to be glove blocked. MiRai just searching a little bit more of the palace than Chroma did and finding no additional way through.
Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Chroma, when he returns, might be able to skip some of this stuff that MiRai just has been spending the past couple minutes doing if he just heads straight for the glove block, which would make sense if he bailed thinking it's glove block. Speaking of glove blocks, this isn't either a glove or fairy block. Always love the dancing enemy on that.
Yeah, MiRai very quickly finishes checking all of the remaining paths, and he is out as well.
Yep. He also remembers to check the coast here along that water path, something that is easy to trip up. If we to trip you up the first time you get stuck with something where that kind of walk is hard or clear to follow the water along the coast on what really isn't very intuitive at first if you haven't seen it before.
Yeah, one notable attribute of Chroma's P6 routing is that he had skipped Life 4 trying to fish for Attack 5, didn't quite make it, and sort of ran out of Palace to do. And so he up 8 without getting Attack 5, even though he had skipped Life 4, and now seeming to just give it up and just taking Life 4 this time around.
I think you meant P2 routing, because he's...
P2, yeah. Sorry.
We still don't know which palace this is. It's either 3 or 6. We haven't seen the windows, we haven't seen the boss. And yeah, no clue what it is.
Yeah, let's see if this elevator takes us there.
Nope. Okay, we can now see that it was a red tar specifically from MiRai in that cave. Here's
And that
the item
child
is the
confirms
child,
this
so...
is P6.
No, I thought Reflect was in Mito, but I might have gotten things mixed up. Anyway, yeah, Medicine locks Mito in P6. Reflects in Mito. I don't remember the spelling.
Okay.
Darunia has life, and that's what this locks.
Oh, okay. I just had the spell items backwards in my head.
Yeah.
MiRai finds Maze Island here in the west as he's finishing his exploration here and immediately abandons it. I think he just wants to make sure that he full clears the west.
He does want to find the last palace here, and I'm not sure where it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm really not either. I mean, Chroma taking a unfortunate little game over there, but he's going to keep going.
And yes, we are also, as our tracker Patrick notes, we are missing one of our item caves to Magic Container Cave. Chroma taking a game over, yeah, but I'm honestly not sure where our final palace is on the west. We've seen...
Yeah, I think we haven't seen all the way to the northwest, but how do we get there? That I don't know.
I think, you remember GP, there's like this dead-end area with like a cave facing south? I think we saw the south side of that pass through as like the backside of like Paratha Cave, I think is what that is. I think our northwest corner is just dead up there. Chroma, there was one enemy on the steps in this room, standing on the steps, not two, except the community rooms. Yeah. There's an Iron Knuckle Numoa. You need two enemies standing on the steps. He only had the one. Whoop-de-doo. So background he goes.
Yeah, he's a little upset about it, but getting some experience for his efforts. Could have gotten a P-bag. Decided that wasn't worth his time.
I mean, without the glove, getting back half would have been a bit of a pain.
Oh, yes, right. These runners still don't have the gloves. But Braid's not working great right now.
That is fine. So you're good. So you're in good company on that. But right, we haven't. I don't think the northwest corner is anything. We know the northeast corner just was the Cave of the Boots and a lake that went nowhere. I don't know as we finally find Rebo here for Chrome. I don't know if we've fully seen the middle of the eastern side of the west. You know, south of the Boots Cave.
Yeah, could be.
Because we know the northeast corner was the Cave of the Boots and a lake that went nowhere. But I don't think we've seen what's basically directly south of that. We saw the southeast corner in the cave there because they both followed the coast with their boots, but I don't think they really went very far north from that cave.
Yeah, Chroma sort of stuck his head up against the wall and looked over there, but definitely not far enough to be able to see everything that was there, but he has at least a little bit of idea of the layout.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if there's something still hiding out kind of on that eastern side of the map, because I don't know how much of the map is left besides that, to be honest. I have not catch what Palace MiRai just went into.
This is the other of 3 or 6, so 6.
Okay, rather purple here.
Okay, Chroma.
This is gonna be, assuming it's not glove lock, this will be a medicine for MiRai.
Chroma implementing the strats MiRai has been using a bunch recently, using Fairy if the boss reward is a 1-up to save, about 1 or 2 seconds. Just pick it up at the top of the screen rather than waiting for it to drop down. Strats inspired by Mega Man, presumably.
MiRai does find the item immediately in P6. It's basically unmissable, apparently. Just pick it up and we're good. Fire in Nukasudo.
Yeah, and this is interesting because MiRai was here a lot earlier, but wasn't able to do these checks because he didn't get the hammer because he was here so much earlier.
Yep. I didn't catch what the old lady requirement was, presumably 7, because
it is in fact 7.
It does mean we're still missing both Naburu, which I would assume is somewhere on the south side of the map, and We are also missing Rauru on the west for whatever that is. We know we're Fairy Thunder and Reflect are, so it's not the biggest deal that we're missing 2 towns for that, but anyway.
Yeah, well, presumably that remaining town on the west is just hanging out next to Magic Container Cave, so...
And the palace, yeah.
So, the town less important. That whole they're probably all next to each other. That whole section is kind of a big question mark. Okay, so Chroma doing a test fire spell, not spell today.
It's not a spell. It doesn't look like it's jump. It's obviously not fairy.
Yeah, also doesn't look like shield. So we're looking at maybe a thunder or life.
One or the other, I think, yeah.
Either of those are nice pickups. Depending on how strong the life spell is.
Could be Reflect, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, if it is Reflect, that's a really nice pickup for him, and an unfortunate thing for MiRai, since his biggest advantage right now is that he has already gotten the medicine.
Yeah, to be fair, it's also just very free. It's like the 2 rooms into P6 or something, but Chroma does have to go do it at some point.
Yeah, and who knows when he'll decide to route that in.
Yeah, Heart Container there picked up for Chroma. I think he'll be our first run to the southern side of the east, because MiRai was on his last life in that Pastor Cave heading south, and decided to go do something else instead after that, so...
Okay, so I think we saw another fire there, and that may be confirmation of Reflect, so I didn't see any transforming or life gaining or murdering.
Yeah, chat thinks the same thing.
Reflect, one of the hardest spells to test for fire linkage. Usually the easiest way to do it's just a process of elimination, as Chroma has done there. The only way that makes it really easy, if you find like a red Dyra or something, you can block easily with Reflect spell. You get axed to the face without it.
MiRai deciding to leave P6. I didn't catch why, but he decided he's just going to come back later, I guess.
Yeah, I presumably glove blocker.
I think the room he updated out of was a glove block, but I also haven't been keeping track of his route.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to keep track of routes in P6 when you're not the one playing them. It can be very long and complicated.
Sure. He's back on the west, so I think he might go back to hunting for our last couple landmarks, because I still don't know where those are, but they gotta be out there somewhere.
Yeah, at the very least, a palace would be nice.
We definitely need the palace. We also still need a glove from somewhere.
Yeah, no hints, no sighting of glove.
Well, we know it's not palaces 2, 3, 4, or 6.
Yeah.
Or DM, or Maze Island, or 2 of the 4 items on the east, so we are slowly running out of places for the glove.
Yeah, we've got 2 more locations on the... I guess we got a bunch of locations on the east. We still got Granny's Basement and this Risen Cave that Chroma is in now. No, sorry, MiRai got this one already. We haven't gotten Sunken.
We're missing Sunken, I think the Desert Tile, both items out of New Kasudo, Spells and Rudo. I don't think we know where that is. I don't think we know where the trophy is. I don't think either of them got the hint.
Okay,
and,
so...
this place looks new from MiRai. I think
Yeah.
this is north of that southeast corner, so that's...
Yeah, and wherever it is, MiRai has found, as we were talking about, he's found Medicine Cave. He's found with the
There's a
glove. Okay,
and it looks like
that's
there's
huge.
a town just west of here, so that explains where Rauru is at.
Yeah, this is as we expected. Probably just the rest of all the locations we're missing, hanging out next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. MiRai did not continue checking. He's got this glove and he's out of here.
Okay, that is a call. I suppose he knows that whatever the spell in Rauru is, it's either shield or jump, both of questionable use.
Yeah, he knows the town's useless, but I mean, unless we're just dumb and missed that our runners have seen all the palaces already, I'm a little curious where that last palace is.
Same, I didn't catch if he spotted it, and if he did, I would have gone in and checked if he could beat it. Our container on for 7 jars, great, thanks.
Yeah, MiRai is going to go pick up his Reflect spell, and it's going to cost him some time versus Chroma's Fire pickup.
Chroma's going to take a quick wander over here. I think he's going to find, yeah, nothing.
Yeah, so
Chroma's... Wait, no,
Chroma's...
we haven't seen this cave heading south. We saw the cave we saw MiRai up A out of a game over on a south-facing cave next to the Valley of Death, but this one's further west for Chroma, so this is new.
Okay, oh man.
Chat's saying the final palace on the west was close to where MiRai up-A'd. I don't know why he wouldn't have just got in there.
Yeah, if he had seen that the last palace was there, I would have gone and done it. Well, you've got the glove, you've got Fairy Spell, but he oh, you know what? He probably...
Oh, he didn't have... you guys, I was going to say, I just realized it might have been P4, which it was. Chat confirming, thank you.
Yeah, well, 50-50 to be P4, though. Because we haven't seen the palace in the Valley of Death, but he may have just determined 50-50 was not enough odds for him to continue going.
Well, he doesn't know Three-Eyed Rock either, but I think he physically saw it, is what Chat's saying.
Okay, yeah, as long as he knows the palace is there. I don't know, I still probably would have at least gone and checked it. Because as long as it's not P4, you...
Well, no, Chat says it was P4 because he checked.
Oh, he did check. Okay, I just completely missed it. Cool.
So did I, apparently. Whoops.
Alright, so now the interesting question, is MiRai going to look for the remaining items here, or is he just going to go east? It looks like he is going east. That's going to be unfortunate for him, because now we're in a situation where Chroma's got the required flute, MiRai's got the required glove. How long is it going to be for either of them to check what's going to be kind of a weird spot?
I think for Chroma, the glove is easier to find because it's next to a thing he needs to do anyway. I don't know when MiRai's going back to that, though, especially because he now has the raft to go skip the trip to DM.
Yeah, DM is a little bit more... Okay, so the basement, just a heart container, although I guess at this point we know where all of our important / useful / required items are.
Chroma also checked this a minute ago, so that's fine. Yeah, when MiRai touches the, it's very easy to find Spec Rock and Hammer Cave. They're right next to each other on the western end of the map. It's just an issue if he's got a whole lot of other things to do, so... Not a priority for MiRai right now. That confirms our P1 is our Valley of Death Palace, by the way, since Chroma found P5 here in the southwest corner of the east. Okay,
so that means that even though MiRai didn't necessarily know it, that means that palace all the way on the west was in fact P... I guess, again, I'm being dumb. MiRai did check it. We know it was P4. It makes sense because it's the only thing that's possible.
Yeah, because he otherwise would have beat the palace while he was there.
I've got a palace check-shaped hole in my memory right now.
So do I, apparently.
Yep. So, yeah, MiRai just checking some more caves here in the east. One thing I wanted to point out that I missed is MiRai just blindly did a beam screen wrap while he was jumping along and hit an invisible Moa with a screen wrapped sword beam.
That is pretty funny. So MiRai took the south-facing pass-through cave next to the Valley of Death, which as expected dumped him out next to the Valley of Death, and oh hey, here's the desert tile. With a cross on it. Okay, I guess so. Sure.
Yeah, with him having the candle, that cross gains some value. Not a ton of value, unfortunately, but...
No. And he's made his way over to, yep, here's P5.
Yep, and I think we're going to see him do it.
No real reason not to at this point.
He knows he's only a flute away from go mode, but he does not know where that flute is, and I think he's going to spend more time checking everything here in the east until he does find it, and unfortunately it is not here.
No, jump into Buru and here in the southwest corner next to P5 as Chroma finds Guma, speaking of P5. We didn't see an item in here, we don't care.
Yeah, not that long of a P5. We'll see if Chroma checks this though, because he does not know where that glove is. There have been no hints for either the glove or the flute.
No, which is the issue for our runners, and then that just becomes a question of when does Chroma go back? We know he will go back and find the glove at some point. It is next to something he can't miss, which is P4. It's just a matter of when does he get there.
I mean, Chroma taking a death on Guma right before the end, maybe one hit away from killing him. Wow, Guma, an absolute truck life, restoring 1 bar, is it? It might be 2 bars. I think it's 2 bars.
That is kind of sad. It's random between 1 and 5, and when it flags on, which it is, and oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that mace hurts. It took him both casts of life just to live that extra hit, but extra hit is all he needed.
Oh hey, MiRai just got a flute hand apparently, so that's big for him. Good catch from chat.
That is huge for him. The MiRai is actually going through Death Mountain and getting the flute doesn't take much time at all. Knowing where the flute is there is, I want to say, at least 3/4 of the battle. Forget G.I. Joe. But
yeah, especially because Chroma might go look for the item here in 5. He's also going to be P1 while he's on the east. We know both of, and he might find the item out of that. P1's not so bad generally, but with P5, you could be in here for quite a while looking for this item, whatever it is. We know it's not going to matter other than being a giant time sink.
Yeah, MiRai getting trolled by a Bubble Moa combo, and was very patient with it, still got bopped and had to ferry out of the lava.
Yep. Yeah, Chroma has seen a good couple rooms in P5, so it hopefully won't be too dreadful an item dig for him. Or if
yeah, unfortunately,
great, but we don't know.
P5 can just be incredibly long sometimes. We'll see how long it is, but already Chroma still has more forks to go, but never mind, here's an item room.
Okay, so not too bad. Couple extra rooms could definitely be worse. Magic Tarp, with all the things he could have gotten, that's probably the best thing he could have had, since the remaining key is not here.
Yeah, 100%. We know the any key is in P4, and I think the only thing that would have been better would probably an 8th heart container, but magic kill take.
We know his 8th heart container is in New Casino, so I think when he got that one, so yeah, we don't know where the 8th is and don't particularly care. It's like Spell Tower or Sunken P-Back Cave, I think, or P1, I think, are where the places for that.
Yeah.
He is going to pick up the jump spell, I suppose, while he's here. It's not a bad safety to have.
Yeah, also...
Raya being in P5, so it's going to be a bit before he finds Guma, it seems.
Yeah, I don't remember whether Chroma does Jackhammer or not either, but or on Barba, but it could be a time save.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how long it takes MiRai to find Gumi here. I don't think it was too long of a check for Chroma just to find the boss, and he will know that he doesn't need to look for the item.
Yep.
Nice vanilla 500-point bag for Chroma.
Yep.
Yeah, and it looks like he just went up to attack 5, and now he's just taking life and magic levels as they come. He'll probably finish at a nice, comfortable 5, 6, 7-ish.
Looks like it. Flute is... Ray apparently got a flute hit out of the Nibiru's. He's fine on that. Chroma, I'm assuming, is looking for Sunken P-Bag Cave. He knows his Valley of Death is just north of here. The Sunken P-Bag Cave should be down here somewhere, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure he cleans everything out in this east before he moves on, and then probably we're gonna see him start hunting through the west looking for where's that last palace, where's my last item cave, which is of course where he's gonna find his glove.
Yeah, hopefully he does that before P. Well, if we know, he should do that before P6. Yeah, I was thinking about things that he should. This is the other side of the pasture cave that MiRai took from this north side to get here. Chroma took a different south-facing pasture cave.
Yeah, and since Chroma has Reflect in the form of Fire Reflect, he'll be able to clear P4 the first time he's up there rather than having to take a trip back.
Which will be a bit of a time save. He's Making absolutely sure Sunken Peaback Cave is not down here. I'm honestly not sure where Sunken Peaback Cave is, but not here.
Yeah, and he's just gonna go through the Valley of Death and say, well, I'll come back to it if I need it.
Yeah. A very nice link feed there on that last encounter, by the way.
Yeah, just
Just casually.
That trick is not easy at all.
Chroma just makes it look easy.
Yeah, it's Fairy Feet with a little bit of practice isn't too bad. Link Feet is sub-pixel precise, so it requires a very, very precise movement to get yourself properly sub-pixel aligned.
Alright, our runners in near identical palaces palette-wise. I think P5 is this. I can't even tell if the differences are because of technical or if P5 actually has a slightly different accent color, but that's not confusing in the slightest here for a restream.
Yeah, gonna be basically impossible to tell them apart. Yeah, it looks like MiRai taking about the same time as Chroma did, finding his way to Guma.
Yep. And also takes it off, because Guma is hitting like a truck.
Yeah, just an absolute monster here, and they were both level 5 here, so it's gonna have to be a little bit safer, or alternately a little bit more aggressive and just kill him quickly. But yeah, MiRai looks like he's gonna employ safe stats. He's just gonna not go for really aggressive double hits, keep him in the middle of the room. Yeah, well, 4 full bars per hit, and MiRai doesn't have life spell, I don't think, so he is gonna need 2 hits from a game over each attempt.
Yeah, MiRai couldn't cut the life spell. That was in Darunian. The child's in P3, which MiRai hasn't done. Because he doesn't have the flute, because the P3's in 3-eyed rock.
Yep. Wow, a triple hit. Very, very aggressive, but hey, gets it done.
If it works, it works. P1 has got some forks here for Chroma, by the way.
Oh, interesting. MiRai got the opportunity. He could have gone for attack 5 or take the double level and get magic 5 life 6. He's going to do that instead.
Fairy's still 37 at magic 5. It doesn't particularly matter since they can cast it just fine and have plenty of magic bars apiece. Not surprising, really, that it has not gone down much in cost.
Yeah, Chroma continuing to dig this P1, kind of a longer side P1.
Yeah, P1's usually the smallest palace on average, but this seems to have skewed on the long end for this palace. There we are, though. Yeah, the P1 plus Valley of Death difference in immediate progression between our runners, but Chroma needs to find a glove and MiRai needs to go find a flute. And P3 for MiRai, which we know is going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, Chroma was really far ahead early just because of more convenient routing, and he's still looking like he's ahead, but still not having the glove, he spent extra time checking through P5. He's going to spend extra time now going back and checking P1, but probably not that much extra time.
I don't think there's much of this place left, yeah.
Yeah, the glove...
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, the glove is hanging out in the west, in the one section of the west that Chroma hasn't found yet. So that's where P4 is. It's just hanging out in Magic Container Cave. So Chroma likely to find his glove next, because knowing that he still doesn't know where P4 is, he's going to have to find that sooner or later, and it's basically impossible not to find Magic Container Cave if you find P4.
Basically. And Chroma has seen most of the west. He knows there's not much left of it, so he should, once he gets done here, go down to the southern coast and head east and then north from there. It's in like the middle of the eastern side of the map. You have to go from the southern coast and walk along like the edge of the water because the map's a bit stupid today again.
Yeah, we're also going to see a sighting at some point of a P6 from both our runners. MiRai had checked it a bit earlier but gave up on it.
Chroma did as well, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, also a revisit to P2, which both our runners searched pretty extensively, but is in fact glove blocked.
Oh wait, no, P2 was the one Chroma dug. I was mixing it up. Yeah, MiRai dug into P6, Chroma did not, and I'm muddling things.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised Chroma up 8 out of 4 set, given how... I don't feel like walking over here from start was faster, but anyway, Mini Boss Horsehead.
Yep, and this is this particular room. Horsehead's going to be an item room, but taking a death. I think that's an intentional death because he didn't have enough magic for fairy. But I don't remember if this is the room that doesn't have a key door. Yeah, it doesn't have a key door.
Whoops. Anyway, there's our last heart container. If the least terrible thing, that was the best thing he could have done since we know it wasn't the glove and it can't be the Yeti key. Chroma just shaking his head. Can't see him. We can see both runners' face cams, and Chroma is going to go make sure because MiRai checked what was on the other side of this lake early because the first thing he had to do this scene was find the boots in that cave right there. He goes south across this lake, find out this goes low to nowhere. And Chroma, I think, now knows he needs to make his way to the other side of that mountain, basically.
Yeah, meanwhile, MiRai is going to be completing his P1, taking basically the same route as Chroma. He's, I think, just a couple of rooms away from the horse.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't quite reach tracker percent today. I don't think we're ever going to find out where that trophy is, but besides that, we're getting most things from both runners today.
Yeah, I think the only way we're going to end up finding the trophy is like if it's in P2 and Chroma sort of accidentally finds it. Did we find the item from P2 when we were in there before?
Candle. They both have
Okay,
it.
they both have the candle. Okay, so...
Because I think trophy is either a sunken peatbag cave, who knows where on the east. I'm not sure where it is, but we didn't see it, so we're never seeing it at this point.
Yeah, a testament.
It's either that or Spell Tower, which we're also never seeing this scene.
Yeah, a testament to how far behind MiRai probably feels. MiRai burned the gem out of P1 at 4, 5, 6. He's not even going for attack 5.
Which is uncommon for him, for sure. And actually, I realized Trophy can't be in the Spell Tower, because Spell's in Rudo, so Trophy is confirmed sunken Peatbag Cave.
Yeah. Wherever that is, we're not going to see it.
Nope. Chroma's on the right track for P4 in his gloves, so this will be good for him. Masura is the Japanese name for Horsehead. Yeah, asking that. Rai is... walking out of the Valley of Death. I'm actually mildly confused by his routing here.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe he figures this is a faster way to get to. Okay, he's just manipulating the enemy here. Maybe he figures this is a faster way to get to Death Mountain. There are, because he needs to get to that cave that's sort of in the middle of the east. I don't know whether this is faster than taking the up A and then taking the
other side of
raft
Sari is faster, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. MiRai seems to know decently well.
We're gonna do P6 before he goes and finds the completes his western exploration.
MiRai is what's he doing? He's doing New Casino, it looks like. Makes at least somewhat of sense. Or is he just walking past? No, he's just walking past. He just figured this was a quicker walkout than he's a little confused. He wasn't that far away from the cave. Like, especially from where he was, it would have been faster to walk.
At that point, yeah.
To just grab the cave, but maybe he just lost the cave. He doesn't know where it is and figures, well, if I up A and go through Saria, I'm definitely gonna find it. So,
I guess a little bit of an unfortunate brain fart on the map here, which does happen. It just feels bad. It's far from over, but yeah, as Jen noted, Rai places second gen at like the 50-minute mark, which doesn't feel good in grand finals. It's fairly rare for these runners to take so long to place a second gem. But stuff has happened this seed. We've seen both runners put in sub-hour times, I think, this journey.
Yeah, both runners are extremely fast, but MiRai probably not feeling happy about his current situation. I mean, I could definitely see how happy he is, because when he missed that cave, he made some gestures.
Yeah, he is heading west here across the he's gonna find his Spec Rock and Hammer Cave side by side real soon. It's all the way at the western end, but it's incoming in like another bit here. It's a little further west. Chroma is having a fun time trying to find Bar. We know MiRai was near for a good few minutes earlier and not much of anywhere. Decided to leave and come back later. MiRai has a hint for the MiRai has the hint for his loot. He just needs to go find it. He's on the wrong coast for it right now. He needs to go to the northern coast, and it's right there.
Yep. He's gonna take a trip out and check the rock first, because it's a quicker check, but he'll be right back in that hammer cave momentarily.
It's actually good for Chroma that he knows it's the fire reflect, because he didn't even bother picking the medicine up in P6 here as glove lock.
Ooh, very unfortunate.
That would explain why MiRai bailed out earlier. A chat wasn't sure if the chat thought it wasn't glove lock, but definitely it was. I couldn't remember, to be honest with you, but it's not too bad to get back to. Chroma, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah, he's
from here.
Chroma now forced to find the last section of the west. He's checked everything else. I mean, he hasn't checked Sunken P-Back Cave, but who knows where that thing is? But
yeah.
he, especially still not having found P4 after all this time, Chroma knows there's something in the west that he's missing, some place he hasn't found, and he's quickly just getting railroaded into finding it.
Yeah. Okay, there's P4, and here's his glove straight north of it, basically.
Okay. And
chat asking about our final item locations. P2 is known to be the candle, they both have it. P4 was intended to be the key pretty early. Chroma might pick it up if it's on the way in P4, otherwise I don't think they care too much. We know spells and root are behind the trophy, and our only two item locations left are Spell Tower, which obviously can't be the trophy, and Sunken P-Back Cave. So Sunken P-Back Cave has to have the trophy, and I think it's like P-Back or something in Spell Tower.
Yeah, we're gonna have some interesting Great Palace routing, because I suspect at this point both runners think that they're way behind. MiRai's got 2 gems placed at 55 minutes, only now finding a refired flute. Chroma 55 minutes finding the glove that was on the west the whole time, very easily accessible, and just didn't get it until now with multiple glove block palaces behind him. So I think both runners are gonna think they're behind, and we're gonna see some lefts and gambles and crazy rooting in GP if they're both there at the same time.
Yeah, I don't even think actually at the end that it was a hard required walk along the coast. I think you could have just walked over there from a little bit further north, but just another runner just went all the way over there, which happens sometimes, is you just go everywhere but the way you know to go. As I think those elevators loop from Chroma. Yeah,
so both runners basically, within 30 seconds of each other, fully in go mode, but Chroma's still a palace up.
Cobra Flute Story. Three-Eyed Rock exists, had P3 in it, as you can see here from Rai, who just opened that. Chroma chose to get the items out of DM when he saw it. This is a River Canyon DM. He just walked along, found Hammer Cave and Spike Rock right next to each other, and kind of at the opposite end of DM from where you enter. Is okay, you do here, why not? Rai just went and took the Continental Connector Cave off DM to the east, and didn't go back till he got ahead, basically. From on the other side, more or less last location is Glove here. Just both runners, with the way they routed the west, just didn't find a spin of the map for quite a while.
Yeah, the big difference going into Death Mountain early was that Chroma spent some more time clearing out the west and got his glove. So when he found Death Mountain, he said, well, a canyon Death Mountain with a glove.
Not glove, hammer.
Or a hammer, sorry. Yeah. Chroma, when you find a canyon Death Mountain early on and you've got a hammer in your pocket, that's like actually 2 quick checks. That's a fair. When you've got boots to walk around the river, it's a very accessible place with 2 items in it. And MiRai, without the hammer, pretty reasonably thought, well, I found this connector cave to the east. East is going to be way better than trying to gamble finding a hammer cave. So, like, I think both runners made decisions that made good sense at the time they were there, but Chroma's routing just turned out to be conveniently valuable for the good early part of the seed.
Pretty much, as he does correctly identify that dead-end community room, dead-end vanilla room as being the dead-end vanilla room instead of the not dead-end community room that tripped him up. And that he thought one of the other copies that room was earlier. Back into P4, taking a different route. Seems like this P4 rolled a bit on the longer side for this battle, as it feels like.
Yeah, and it may have been one of those, dumb palaces where you take the left that you need to at the right time, and everything works out. And if you don't, you find the rest of the palace. But still kind of unknown. Wouldn't be surprised though if this is the boss down this elevator.
Yeah. And shift, yes, boots were hard required. The very literal first thing you could possibly do this scene was find the boots. There was nothing to do except that because there were 2 lakes on either side.
Yeah, it was gonna that one item key they could get to was gonna be the boots, or I was gonna have some explaining to do.
At least you would have to. They would have found out, 2 minutes into the scene. Hey, we're going nowhere.
Yeah, better to know that the seed is bugged, 30 seconds in than have to figure it out significantly later. But no bug. Seed working as intended, just a bit weird.
Yeah. MiRai correctly recognizing that room, Chroma goofed with the enemy set there. That is the vanilla dead end room. There's also a community variant of that room that is not a dead end. Speaking of dead end, there's another Chroma.
Man, Chroma getting absolutely trolled in this P4.
He's going every way except the correct one, apparently. But that particular dead end community room, not dead end vanilla room for MiRai, has a community room variant, pass-through variant, and the community room pass-through variant is identified there by there being 2 enemies standing on the steps. Chroma thought there is 1 iron knuckle standing on the steps and 1 flying moa. I think Chroma done goofed that earlier. MiRai saving just a smidge of time on that. And is about to take down Rebo, so they'll be equal on gems here. In pretty quick order.
Yeah, man, Tech were taking some stabs to kill the boss, but still MiRai killing Rebo without taking a death. Chroma had a death on that when he initially came in, so going to save a little bit of time. And for the moment, at least, they're tied up on palaces. I think a big question towards MiRai catching up is going to be, how long is it going to take him to find the correct path in P4? Because
oh my goodness,
Chroma's at this point like taking as long as you could possibly take in P4, just every wrong way.
I'm pretty sure he's taken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 100% full clear. If he doesn't find it on the next elevator or 2, I'm gonna have some serious questions.
Yeah, here is an elevator at boss, please.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, I think we're running out of rooms. So, they're approximately a P4 apart right now, more or less. Chroma also has a bit of a level advantage, and, well, how much of a P4 advantage that's going to be depends on whether or not MiRai also takes every path except for the one you need to do here in P4.
Yeah, I mean, we could see him taking some lefts, feeling a little gambly as we're past the 1 hour mark, and he only has 3 gems placed. And if he does gamble on lefts, he's going to be rewarded, since it's definitely a left that is the right way.
Yep. Gonna be P2 first, which is fine.
Yeah, and he and Chroma both have a full understanding of how this palace is laid out and where the glove block is, so shouldn't be too long.
In case anyone was wondering why Chroma walked into the cave there, that was just a quick reset, encounter reset. This is actually heading for P6. He was just near like 5 minutes ago, right before that trip to P4, so he'll be through fairly quick, I think. Assuming there's not too much of P6 behind the glove block, we don't actually know for sure.
Yeah, we had seen a lot of P6, but also P6 can just be a lot of a lot.
Yeah, P6 does share an bank for rooms with P4, and P4 being what it was might decrease a bit of the potential size of P6.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
P3 was also not, 3 rooms long, but I don't think it was nearly as bad as that 4 was for Chroma. But yes, Palaces 1, 2, and 5 share one bank, 3, 4, and 6 another, so 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have, set number of rooms you can have, like plus or minus whatever percent it is from vanilla. And then 5 and 6 fill in whatever space is left.
Yeah, and that does mean that even though P6 is a little bigger than P5 in vanilla, because P3 and P4 eat up more space on average, in the rando P5 is on average slightly longer than P6.
Yep. Palaces 1, 1, 2, 5 also share an enemy set, and then 3, 4, 6 do as well.
Yeah, Palace 2 and 4 are the same size. 1 is on average 1 room smaller than 3.
MiRai passing through the glove block in 2. I believe, the glove block in 6 should be up this elevator for Chroma.
Yeah, well, it looks like even knowing where this glove block is pretty long trip through here. In this
P6 to get
P6,
here, yeah. Pretty buried. Chroma's been in here for like a good, 2 minutes just to get there. And, oh hey, fork. Oh, great.
Yeah, so MiRai clearing out P2, Chroma gonna go left. And this is
Find as discussed, probably.
Yep, but MiRai is no problem taking down a helmet head on no life.
More lefts for Chroma, and MiRai's just going to continue burning gems.
Yep, not surprising. If he was burning gems earlier, he's going to keep doing it now. Determines that 4, 5, 6 is going to be enough for him. And yep, now we're going to answer the question from MiRai. How gambly is he going to feel? How gambly is he going to feel on P4? And how long is it going to take him to find the correct route?
Yeah, because we know Chroma's on every room in there.
Yeah, I don't think MiRai wants to not have attack 5 here. I think MiRai is just feeling like he is very, very behind. He thinks he's way behind. He's actually only a bit behind.
Yeah. And in fact, if he takes a different route in 6, he could save a bit of time on Chroma, who's just found a dead end over there.
Yeah, and this is right. This is evidence of this being the finals, right? Both runners know their opponent is very, very fast, and if they're behind, they've got to do something to try and catch up. And whether that's burn gems or skip locations or take lefts, we'll see what they think.
Yeah, MiRai just found the set of elevators that loop as Chroma's found the boss, so MiRai is going not presently the right way. I don't think the way the Karak was off this particular set of loopy elevators.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that's a failed jackhammer for Chroma. The ending key is in P4 hinted, so if MiRai finds the item room, he might pick it up, but otherwise he doesn't care.
Alright, we are seeing jackhammers as expected. A pretty good first jackhammer, but wow, even at attack 6, Barb is not giving it up.
Yeah, Okay, nice pair of jackhammers this time. MiRai's gonna have a longer fight, because that is one tanky Barba.
Yeah, and potential attack 7 for Chroma. And given that he is on 8 magic, 8 life containers, I think we're going to see it.
Might as well make that teamer fight easier, yeah. Chroma's gonna go let this experience tick up here, and he's gonna head back towards the coast, which is where P2 is at, next to the raft tile.
Yeah, and MiRai is definitely going left in this P4. I don't know enough of this P4 lab to know whether this is the correct
This
left.
is it. I remember this room.
Okay, so yeah, MiRai's feeling behind and gambling on lefts, paying off. It's going to catch him up considerably to Chroma, but he's still going to be a bit behind.
And yeah, Chroma proving you wrong, did end up taking a couple magic levels there off that gem.
Okay. Just taking some extra safety. He's going to have a level advantage on MiRai anyway. When MiRai not having fire, actually having to cast Reflect is going to mean he's going to have to take a death here.
Yep. And Chick has a point. It also depends whether or not MiRai remembers the path in P6. Because it's been a good while since he was last in there. At least 20 minutes, I want to say. Yeah. Half an hour, probably.
And
so we'll see how much he remembers. Chroma needs to remember how to get to the glove lock in P2, which is not that.
Yeah, MiRai casting Reflect gets the news that it is fire, but it's not going to be that relevant for him as another gem gets lit on fire.
Yeah. Chroma, unfortunately, has definitely forgotten the way to get the glove lock in P2, so as quickly remembering it seems turning around fairly quickly.
Yeah, so
I
now
don't remember where it is in 2, to be honest.
Now we're down to a foot race of P2 versus P6. We knew that there's a lot of Palace after the glove block here in P6, but also P2 was not short. MiRai had to go quite a distance after this glove block when he came here to find it as well. So I'd say Chroma's probably still ahead, but that P4 probably took the difference down to only a minute or two.
MiRai has not seen Barba Cooper. It's glove block. Glove was late for them both.
Does the few seconds of gem burning save the time it makes up for killing enemies on attack 4 instead of 5? Answer, I don't know. And I don't think MiRai knows either. I do know that he is almost certainly going to be skipping as much combat as he possibly can once you've sort of given up on gaining any more levels. As you see, MiRai he's just not trying to fight things. So this is going to make a huge difference on most of the enemies. The place that's going to make a big difference is on bosses, and potentially as we come into GP, you could get some really dumb rooms where you're forced to stab some bird knights in the feet or something like that. But
yeah, some emoji rooms, for instance, with some chickens in them could get kind of nasty. They're rather hard to avoid and things.
Yeah, but Thunderbird is going to be where the majority of the difference is going to come in.
Chroma did eventually find his way to that glove block in 2, by the way. It took him a few tries, but he did get there, so should hopefully be on the right track now. Yeah, Barba was stupid tanky at attack 6. It's gonna take a good couple minutes from MiRai.
Well,
it's also going the wrong way for the glove block.
It would take a good couple of minutes, but MiRai has been practicing his jackhammers, and the difference between an attack 4 and attack 6 might mean that it takes 4 cycles of jackhammering instead of 2. But when you're able to jackhammer, that attack differences means a lot less.
That's also true. Chroma takes down Helmet Head. It wasn't too bad actually after the glove block. Just had to get there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Chroma's gonna have a slight lead here, getting to GP. Getting to GP is itself very easy. Up A, go walk over, it's quick.
Yeah, so
Or you can
MiRai,
walk, I guess.
MiRai finding this fork. Let's see. We do know left was the correct way to go. I believe left was the correct way to go for Chroma.
No, I think that first
Was
left
it?
was the
Nope,
dead end.
it's right. It's the first right. Okay. I know Chroma went left initially, but looks like he went back around and went right. Oh, wow, no jackhammering from MiRai. Interesting. Maybe
What's
just
Chroma
doesn't feel...
doing? Going the long way to GP is what Chroma's doing.
Yeah, I
it's
have
right
to
next
feel
to
like an
start.
up A would be your best option. Maybe he has an extra life or something he wants to preserve.
I don't know. Although him using all his fairy cast means I'm not sure it would be worth it to keep an extra life.
Okay, so MiRai not jackhammering, but doing an absolutely absurd job here, getting 7 and 8 hit cycles. So only like a 6 a cycle instead of a 2 cycle. Still a little slower than Chroma, but not nearly as much difference as you might think. And if MiRai up A's to
I think Chroma
GP
just
here,
realized he had up A.
yeah, this is gonna put MiRai into GP at almost exactly the same time as Chroma.
Okay, so we're just tied again. Oh dear.
Yeah, so after being
1:13:10 for Chroma and 1:13:14. 4-second difference. We're tied. Game chat, basically.
Yeah, wow. MiRai doing a just absolutely admirable job catching up here. So it's going to come down to execution and level difference here. Chroma with the advantage with just a whole bunch of extra levels, an extra magic, and an extra life container. But, you know, MiRai is feeling scrappy. But this is going to come down to what I was saying earlier. Both runners got to feel that they're behind. How much gambling are we going to see? Chroma thinking about going left there. He decides against it. He's going to go right. MiRai also going right.
And now they're just tied again. Wahoo! Actually, no, Chroma's our first out of the room, and MiRai's the first out of the room. Chroma slightly behind. Alright, it's another elevator here. MiRai's gonna go down.
Yep. There's another left. There's plenty of lefts if you want to start gambling.
Okay.
Alright, Chroma's decided it's this one. This is the left he's going to gamble on. MiRai going back down, he's going to go right.
Okay, we've got elevator for MiRai, a very empty first waffle here for Chroma.
Is this the same elevator? It's not. Oh my god, it's another four-way into what? Okay.
That loops on itself at least.
So, I thought, okay, does this loop back to the same room they were in earlier?
I can't tell at this. No, I think that enemy set's different from MiRai's end. Yeah, that is.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's 2 spicy chickens here. As MiRai casts fairy is like, no, I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, but understandable. Decides, no thanks.
Kingbot heralding the dead end there. MiRai gonna check the elevator instead. Chroma taking a drop.
Jinx.
Okay, is this a different? This is a different dead end room. Yeah, no, this is the race at this point. Which insane, crazy gambling path is going to be the one that leads them to Thunderbird?
Or is it neither of them? Because I think there's at least one other option left between these guys.
Yeah, they could have taken the first left all the way at the start, and neither runner took.
Keyboard is guaranteed to be on the path in these settings, as Chroma is, like, this looks like where MiRai was at a minute ago with the spicy chickens.
Yeah, MiRai going, hitting the chickens in their weak point, the knees.
This looks very familiar. No, I think this... MiRai passed through a variant of the room Chroma was in a minute ago, but I don't think it had a fairy in it.
I might have. They might have managed to loop into the same path. Yeah, no, they did. That triple bird room, yeah. And
Chroma and MiRai just looped back. That elevator shaft he's in right now looks very familiar with the thingamajigs on that elevator.
Okay, so yeah, I think you were right at the beginning. Neither path correct.
I think they're just a bunch of loopity-loop right now. MiRai's going the opposite way from Chroma in that waffle room.
Yeah, they're gonna loop back all the way to where they were originally. Because the Chroma's hit this double looping 4-way.
Yeah, this is very loopy. Yep, because that's a loop. Yeah, this going down just loops itself. Just about to realize it. Definitely loops on itself. Yep.
Yeah, interestingly, at this point, whichever runner sooner decides, you know what, forget this, I hate everything about this path, I'm going to up A, is probably going to have a big advantage here.
Yeah. Yes, here's a pair of spicy chickens for Chroma we saw earlier. MiRai's dealing with this fun spicy chicken. We know this is all a humongous loop, and there's that up A for Chroma.
Yeah. Yeah, because MiRai's loop is going to take him back to this dead end. And he's also up A. Yep, okay, so we're back to gambling mode. We've got those left at the beginning. Which one is which runner going to take?
Pretty much. There was a good few rooms in all that loops. I'm not sure how many total because it's hard to count with the loops.
Yeah.
But there was a good few rooms.
So there's this first room at the beginning. You go down this elevator and take a left. And yeah, Chroma's going to take it. And I think if you go right there, there was another fork that you could have taken, but I might be wrong. But I like Chroma here, taking this left. And MiRai is going to realize that he has looped as well. Where's he going here?
He hasn't figured out the full loop yet. He's going back into it.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate for him.
Because, yeah, this is back to this rope and bot, which is part of the set of loops.
Yeah, this is that first left that Chroma decided on, and that's going to loop him back in as well.
And hey, Chroma found the right path.
Yep, and so if you went full gamble and just took the very first left you found, you would have won this race.
Because, yeah, otherwise just everything else is loops galore, apparently. That was a lot of looping. Because MiRai is still in the thick of it. So far, a pretty good pendulum here for Chroma.
Yeah, and some pretty good 4-hit, 3-hit cycles. Getting a little off pattern, only gets 2 going left there, but doesn't really change much.
Yep. Here's this drop from MiRai, which you know was, yeah, that was the first thing Chroma did, and this is gonna dead him. Either loop or dead him pretty fast.
Yeah, because Chroma took this route, because Chroma started his loop with this way, he was able to identify this the first time through, but MiRai had to go back around because he couldn't go up in the drop.
Yeah, he doesn't realize yet that spicy chicken is one he's seen already. He's about to realize in another room or two, because he's seen this elevator at least twice by now, I think. I think there's a pair of spicy chickens to the right here for Chroma, MiRai, as Chroma takes it, has a 1-up still off T-Bird. But there should be 2, I think if I even remember correctly, there's 2 spicy chickens in the right side of that room Horizon, and he's gonna take this to the left. Okay, there's another spicy chicken in nowhere tonight, yeah. This is all loopy-loop. After this loopy elevator, MiRai should realize soon that this goes a load of nowhere. He's unfortunately currently losing time to not realizing this is going nowhere. Yeah, because it's back to this room with a rope and the bot. Yeah, there we go. MiRai's just realized.
Yep, and he is very upset, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, he knows he's lost quite a bit of time verifying that is in fact a loop. Chroma plugging through. Oh, hey!
It's the key-required room!
Does MiRai have a key?
I don't know if he has a key, but Chroma sure does.
Because he has the Any key. One of the MiRai saved time with P4 by taking a different route, but the Any key was in there, which Chroma found because he did everything but Karok in P4.
Oof. Big
and chat says MiRai doesn't have a key. I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. I don't think there's much left of GP for Chroma, but that feels bad.
Yeah, feels real bad.
Apparently MiRai found the item room in 4 and skipped it. Ouch. Yeah, okay, so proving me wrong on that, but that is...
Yeah, hopefully Chroma will finish this race here before MiRai gets to see that pain.
Hey, there's only so much left of this GP, I feel. I've seen a good amount of it, although these chickens are certainly making it hard for Chroma.
Yeah, not pleasant. And because he's already ferried up so high, he's not going to be able to drop them into the lava. Is he going to make it? Yep.
Oh, just barely. Lag Central not helping as MiRai takes a death of his own. How much is left? Okay, apparently this is just a rolled up GP, just rolled up long, I guess, because this is or relatively long for a short GP, because this feels like I've seen a good few rooms at this point. Emoji room here, nothing too bad in the first one. Red Chicken Knight is likely to KO Chrome if he's not careful here in the second.
Yeah, but I think he's still on his first life.
I think he had a 1-up from T-Bird, and he lost that, and I think this is his second, so he should have 2.
Yeah, okay, so he's got 2 lives left in reserve.
Could be okay. And chat asking, you cannot ferry through that room, that key room we were talking about for Chroma. There's glove blocks on either side. No, hey, down step block. Funny game.
Yep. Could have been a little bit crueler, but the hard up stab required, but both of our runners did pick up stab.
For sure. And here's Darkling finally.
Yeah, couldn't possibly have been much left.
Alright, so yeah, MiRai's not going to find the bad news about the key block. I don't think there are keys in the drop pool.
Yeah, but yeah, MiRai thankfully, if he does, yeah, no, he has seen the race start, he has seen that Chroma is finished, and he is immediately getting out of here. Moving on to a climactic Game 5 coming up in just a bit on this channel.
Yep. We are going to just go straight over to Game 5. We will interview both runners after we're done with that. So we're gonna take like a 10-minute break. I know, we'll see about stuff. Sorry, I'm a little distracted trying to do like 5 things at once and talk, which is failing epically. Alright, let's go do this thing. And hit that. Alright, but yeah, we'll be back here in about 10 to 15 minutes with Game 5. So hang tight, chat, as I do 10 things at once. And then I'll be back here in a little bit. GG's to Chrome as well. Official time there of 1:23:33, since I forgot to say that. Yeah, good race here from our runners. Really interesting all the way to the end, and then just GP routing.
Yeah, I mean, I get what I wanted for Christmas. More Zelda 2.
Oh, for sure. That's always hype to have finals go all the way to a Game 5. So, we will be back here shortly. We're gonna go quickly. We're gonna go back to the countdown scene for a little bit. Set like a 13 countdown timer. We'll be back about 9:10 p.m. Eastern in like 15 minutes or so. So hang tight, everyone, and see you soon.